for coming and making the time. I really respect. I really respect the fact that you're making an investment in yourself, because I'm sure there's somebody who told you, "Oh, don't do that. You can, blah blah blah." And by the way, there'll always be somebody in life that'll gladly tell you, "No, it can't be done," and you've just got to go through that. So, country I come from, the hottest car in the world was a Yugo. Does anybody know what a Yugo is? Yeah. You don't want to get a Yugo. And so we come to Canada, and my dad and I are walking down the street, and we saw this thing coming down the street, and we're like, "Wow!" I said to my dad, "What's that?" And my dad said, "That Cadillac." We're like, "Whoa!" I said, "What's a Cadillac?" He says, "You no mind. That's for rich people." I didn't know what rich people was. I didn't know what Cadillac was. But man, I had to have both. And so many years later, I love cars, and I buy a fancy car. I buy like a Corvette, and I bring it to my dad's house. I'm like, "Corvette? Vroom vroom. What do you think?" And my dad would look at it and go, "Oh, it is nice. No Cadillac." And then I buy like a used Mercedes, and I bring it over, and I'm like, "Oh, look at the fancy star, and ooh, leather." So it is nice, German, nice. No Cadillac. So one day I call him and I say, "Look, I'm building a fence. My dad's the world's handiest guy. I'm the least handy guy. You got to come and help me buy wood." And we're driving downtown, and we get lost. And my dad's like, "You idiot, get the map!" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." And we pull over to a coffee shop, and he's mad. And he's wearing that Russian balaclava in the middle of August. Because he's sweating. And I'm like, "You're wearing fur in August. Of course you're sweating." And we're sitting there in this coffee shop, and I'm like, "There's a Cadillac dealership across the street. Let's go have a look." He's like, "No!" I said, "Come on." He'd never, ever gone into a dealership. He didn't want to do it because it meant so much to him. And so we go over, and we're standing outside looking in the window with our noses against the window. So imagine a massive Cadillac dealership, no other cars in it except one. A Cadillac Sedan DeVille in that pearly white color that only Cadillac makes. And I say to my dad, "Let's go have a look." He's like, "Oh." Grab him by the arm. We go in, we go up to it, and we're standing there. And I'm like, "Why don't you sit in?" He's like, "No, my pants dirty." I'm like, "It's okay." So I open the door, he sits down, and he puts his hands on the wheel. And, I don't care what it is, but everybody in this room has something that says to you, you made it. Doesn't matter what it means to somebody else. It could be private school for your kids, better health care, a nicer house. It doesn't matter. But it means to you that you've made it. And my dad puts his hands on that steering wheel, and man, all those years of pain and suffering and getting made fun of and being made feel like he wasn't good enough and everything that he sacrificed for. I mean, man. And I say, "What do you think?" And he says to me, "One day." And I'd say, "Today's the day." And I flip the visor, and I give him the keys. And that's what purpose is. Nothing in my life has ever been hard for me. You know why? Because if I didn't do something with my life, all that sacrifice was disrespectful to them. I couldn't do it. My message to you is, you got to pay the rent. Yes, you should get more money, but find your purpose, and you'll never a hard day. You'll have lots of hard days. But you'll get through that pain if your purpose is great enough. Find your Cadillac.